Well, one of the anglers that was having a really slow morning so far has jumped up in a big way. The Louisiana angler Gerald Sporer just caught one that weighed 414. That takes him from down there with no fish all the way up to one spot below the Toro cut line into 21st on the heels of this one fish. Look at the gut on that thing, Marty. That's old Bulge-Eye Betty right there.
These fish are not starving to death here at Lake Douglas.
And Gerald Sporer's got the best day of anybody on the water so far, Marty.
He does, but you look over there, what he's caught today has all been on jerkbait. They've all been smallmouth, and he's up in the river. But the issue that Sporer's going to have is that first day he had 714 for only 3 fish. I really feel like it's still going to take 21, 22 pounds. So he's going to have to catch another one and going to have to upgrade some, but he's tracking in the right direction.
Guys that have fought their way across the Toro cut line found themselves in good shape so far today. Gerald Sporer is among them, and he sat down a moment ago with Rob.
Taking in with SWAT Pro Gerald Sporer. Gerald, I've been following you around today. Looks like a lot of dock fishing.
Yeah, I figured this dock thing out a little bit in practice and didn't have confidence in it yet. And then yesterday I caught my biggest fish, a 414 off of a dock. And today I knew I needed to catch a better bag to jump into the cut. So I've been exclusively running docks. So I stayed up late last night. I found a Google Earth image that had the lake really low, and I wanted to find the docks that were in the water. And I sat there and marked as many as I could. I haven't fished any of these docks yet. I'm just running them in the blind by just, using Google Earth, and then marking them on my graph has saved me a bunch of time because they're tucked off back in these places. And this morning it was working well. And every single dock has fish on them. The ones like this behind me, they got cables that come out, and these fish are kind of suspended on those cables. And every single one has a swarm of fish that follows my jerkbait, and they just won't eat it right now. It's just not time yet. This morning they were eating it. I'm hoping they'll start biting in the third period.
Now, you've had kind of the comeback limit, not a limit yet, comeback catch of the day. You still have one to grow. You're in 17th place. I mean, how do you see this thing winding up in the third?
I keep thinking that I was hoping I could put it to rest in the first period. I lost one other fish that would have me my limit. That's the only fish I lost. But I'm just confident that if I keep running these docks, sure enough, another good one's going to jump out and get it, and I think I'll be okay.
What do you think you need for cut weight?
I think I need 13 pounds, so I think I need another good one.
Sounds good. Wheels always turning in these guys' head. It never quits.
Yes, it is. And 13 pounds is what Gerald said he thinks he needs. That would be for the day. That would get him to 2110 for his 2-day total.
He needs close to that, but not quite that much, I think.
I think he can dial it back just a little bit. But he has one fish available toward his 5-fish limit. Does Sporer. He sits in 17th place. Mitch Crane is 20th. Then it's John Hunter, the first man out. Luke Clausen is the second man out, and this angler, Gerald Sporer, is in 23rd place. He needs a 113, and he has one fish available in his 5-fish limit, as you see.
There's a very dangerous angler, too, in 24th place, Brian Thrift. I know he needs a 4-2, but I'm looking here at Score Tracker Insider. He's throwing a swim bait around points and brush and docks, and we have seen some big fish this afternoon show up with anglers doing that.
Sorry about that. I'm running and gunning. What's the what place am I in? Or how far out of the cut am I?
As we keep an eye on these anglers right below the Toro cut line, Sporer is 23rd. He has one spot available in his 5-fish limit. It needs to be a 2-4 or better to get him in. Both Sporer and Clausen caught only 3 scoreable bass on day 1.
In a while.
Here's Sporer. He needs a 2-4.
Just wrapped up here, stage 2. Barely missed a cut. For some reason, I could not catch my 5th fish today. It was tough, and I mostly threw a Nomad jerkbait and a Shikari jerkbait and the new Vertrax lipless that we have. This thing falls like a blade bait. I was targeting those fish on active target. Throw it down there, let it hit the bottom, yo-yo it up, and they were eating this because it was mimicking those dying shad, same exact size as those dying shad. I was throwing this on 15-pound Tatsu, and I was jerking on 12-pound Tatsu, and that was my deal this week. It was just a tough tournament, so I'm glad I got some good points out of it, and you know, got me a good heavy hitters fish. So see you out the next one.